Happy Thursday and welcome to HUR at Home. It's music night and we always have a good treat for you. Tonight is no different. I love his music. You've heard him so much on WHUR. Well, tonight we get to talk to him one-on-one and it's all for you. So feel free to comment, as much as you want. That's why we're here. So I can say so many things, but I'm going to let him tell us all about his musical journey. I think he's kind of an old soul, young guy, but musically, he is killing it in R&B. Put your hands together and welcome Jay Brown.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Hi. I'm so glad you're here. I need people to be clapping with that introduction.
I know that.
I'll clap.
I'll give you that. That was
yes. Oh my goodness. You know what you are, if I'm not mistaken, you're from the Motor City. You're from Detroit, right?
Yes, born and raised. Yes, absolutely.
So, most people, because of all the music that has come out of that city, it's kind of like a given. If you've got any kind of musical inclination, I want to just jump right into it and talk about, what started your whole musical journey?
So I started in my father's church, a Baptist church, at the age of 6. And, as a preacher's child, if some of you guys might be preacher's children, I don't know. But as a preacher's child, we would have to join the choir, go to Bible study faithfully. And that's basically how it went in my household. So that's where it started, singing in church.
Mm-hmm. And I read somewhere that your mom is also very musical. Now, does she sing professionally or what?
Yeah, so she was once managed by Smokey Robinson, both her and my aunts. Yeah, they were about to have a really nice deal with Motown Records, but then my mother, she got pregnant with my older brother. And then from there, it just kind of like dissolved in a sense. So, yeah, that's where
in
I
a
got
sense,
it from.
but she
But
had
she
a
still
musical
did.
baby.
Yep, she did. She did. Yep.
This is it's interesting. We are coming out, slowly coming out of something really crazy. This pandemic is, it's been a lot for a lot of
Right.
us, and especially as a musician. How has it affected you, and how are you doing now?
It's been kind of challenging considering you can't just go and go in front of a live audience and perform or, do interviews like this in person. So that's a challenge, but, I've gotten used to it. Hopefully sometime soon I get to meet you in person and, get back to some sense of normalcy in terms of performing in front of people, which, by the way, I do have a performance coming up that's sold out in Houston. So that will be my first performance in over a year. So,
Oh my goodness. How
yeah.
are you feeling about it? Are you a little afraid or you're just like ready to go?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am kind of hesitant. I'm like, man, I haven't done this in a while. It hasn't been that long, but it's kind of like getting back on a bike. You never forget how to do it. It's just about doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
muscle memory in a sense. So, I'm looking forward to it.
So it sounds like maybe a little bit of both trepidation because of
Yeah,
what the whole world has gone through, but excitement because you haven't
right.
been out there. And are you a little bit, like you said, it's like getting back on a bike, but when you're a performer, doing it a lot and doing it over and over, that's what makes you a master. And so when there's a period of time where you can't do it, it's got to make you a little bit nervous to do it that
Absolutely.
first.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been kind of like nervous, but with prayer changes things. So I've been getting over that
Yeah.
hump. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to it. Yep.
I love it. And you're right. Prayer changes everything. So let's talk about your musical journey. As I said in the beginning, when I was introducing you, WHUR has been blowing up your music since the beginning and still, which is why
Yeah.
we're here tonight. And, when I listen to you, you're like an old soul, this old R&B style with a new, right?
Yeah.
How do you describe your music?
I mean, you just summed it up. I love, people like the Spinners, the OJs, the Isley Brothers, Gerald Levert, Babyface, Teddy Pendergrass is by far my favorite artist of all time. So I
Why's that?
everything about him. He grew up in the church. he believed in his craft, even when people told him no. He kept fighting, he kept fighting. He's from a similar background. He's from Philadelphia. I'm from Detroit. That urban type background, and we
Yeah.
just, I just like Teddy Pendergrass. I've always enjoyed
Yeah.
listening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And then there are some, I guess, younger than the people you just mentioned, younger artists that have influenced you,
Yeah, well, in terms
right?
of the younger art, yeah, Usher. I would say Usher mostly. Usher, that's probably the only one. Oh, and Erica Badu and Jill Scott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just gonna keep going. Oh, and Kim.
Right, right. Oh, no. Actually, true. Valid point. Kim. I love Kim. Love Kim. Love Kim.
And that's your homeboy. He's right there in
Yes.
Detroit with you. Have
Yes.
you guys ever met and have you thought about collaborating?
I've never met him before in my life. I talked to his manager at one point. I was supposed to do a show with him maybe 8 years ago, but it never happened. So, hopefully I get to meet him and do a song or something with him because I love him. Love him.
Oh, I do too. And I love your style and your voice too. But while we're talking about collaborations, are there any artists that maybe dream about collaborating with? You're like, you know what? I could hear that. Anybody?
Babyface.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
Babyface for
it.
sure. That's
That was
it.
a sentence.
Yep, yep. This Babyface.
I love it. So I love his style. I mean, and the place where he seems to write from. I mean, it resonates with women
Straight from the
especially.
soul. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that seems to be with you too. I mean, it's, for lack of a better description, Jay Brown songs are baby making songs.
I guess so. Apparently, people have been telling me that as of recently, so I think they are. Not that I would
It's
know, but I
all
don't.
it's all just very sexy and very, and I wanted to ask you about that. Like, where are you taking this from, your romantic life or just what you want in your life or, other people? What is your inspiration for the most part?
I would say mostly other people's relationships. I kind of like pick apart certain things that I've heard about or things that I see people going through, and I just kind of dissect their situations subliminally. Hopefully, they don't catch on to that, but at least
They're
like
like,
the
hey,
song.
John.
Right, right. But that's mostly where I get it from, other people's relationships. I try to incorporate
Yeah.
what people go through on a daily basis in my music, and so that way it will be a little more relatable.
And yeah, it's definitely relatable. Are you the kind of artist who is just writing all the time? Are you already working on the next project?
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. So I'm working on my new EP. I've yet to figure out a title for it, but coming from my single "Vibe," which is now the number 13 record in the country on Billboard. Thank
Oh,
you.
yes,
Thank
bravo.
you.
Listen, we've been helping you get there because we are
Yes.
rocking your music.
HUR, you guys are, I can't even describe how influential you guys have been in my career. It's just a blessing, so to have your support and, the many other stations that have supported me as well, it's a true blessing. So we're just,
Yeah.
pressing through and just putting out this music, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're right. I mean, that's what it's about. And as you mentioned, WHUR, we're all about good music. And when it's good, and even when it's new, we are usually the ones to put it out in the DMV first. But,
Yes.
as long as those elements are there, it's good.
That's it. That's it.
It's got to be good.
It has
Yeah.
to be.
So,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
So I
Yeah. We're
appreciate you
rocking with
guys.
you.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have
We
been. So,
appreciate.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say we appreciate your good music. And I love that you're working on this new EP. You said it doesn't have a name, but what is the vibe? Is it still, still the same vibe?
It'll go back to like the mid 2000s, like the 112, Jagged Edge, maybe a little Next. You remember the group Next?
Of course.
Yeah, like Jaheim. Like I'm kind
Nice.
of fusing all those different artists together. But those are styles, excuse me, that I've enjoyed listening to all my life. So yeah, it'll be
Nice.
a completely different feel. Yes.
Oh, I'm excited. And what producers are you working with, if you can say?
So I'm working with a lot of people over in London. One guy
Oh,
by the name of GC and another guy by the name of Harmony. So yeah,
okay.
they're all London-based producers. Phenomenal
Nice.
artists.
I like a lot of the music that comes out of London. I
Oh,
love a lot of the
absolutely.
music that comes out of there. Just a little bit of a different vibe
Yes.
and fresh. That's so good. All right. So I know you're interviewing back to back. Everybody wants a piece of John Brown, and we know you as Jay Brown. So,
Yep.
so appreciate you being with us tonight. But let's just talk about your personal life a little bit. What is it about, if you can tell us, you personally, what don't we know about you that you want maybe your fans to know when you're not writing and you're not singing? What are you doing? What
I'm
are
a
your
fa- I'm a
interests?
I'm a father. My interests are I love boxing. I'm a boxer as well. A lot of people don't know that. I can sing in Chinese. Um,
What?
yeah, I used to
Wait
live
a
in China.
minute. Wait. Huh?
Yeah. A lot of people know it, but it's yep. I lived in China for a year and a half.
Where? Where in China? I've spent a lot of time over there.
Suzhou, Guangzhou, Harbin, Dalian, Yinchuan, Shenzhen. Yeah, that's
I've been to
pretty much it.
Shenzhen. That's where they have all those sales.
Yeah,
Shenzhen.
yeah.
Oh
Shenzhen is
my
nice.
gosh.
Yeah, it's like a newer
You can,
city.
because it's a new city. I spent a lot of time in Hong Kong, like about a year.
I've never
And
been there.
oh my gosh, it's beautiful. But what's so funny, the people in Hong Kong consider themselves very different from the people on mainland China.
Very
Don't
true. I've
make the
heard.
mistake. Oh my gosh. I mean, they get quite persnickety about
Right, right.
calling. I'm like, oh,
Do
really?
not compare. Do not compare them at all. I didn't even
Mm-mm.
realize you need a
Shanghai.
passport. You need a passport to go to Hong Kong. Really strange.
Yeah. It's
From
really
mainland,
strange.
yeah.
They're all the same people. It's all the same. But Hong
Yeah.
Kong is just, it's a lot more cosmopolitan and there are so many people. I mean, in Hong Kong, lunchtime, people have to walk in the street because so many people are out, for lunchtime.
Wow.
They can't fit on the sidewalk. I've never seen anything like that. I thought Manhattan was crowded. Hong Kong is a whole nother level. But how cool you could sing. So you're singing in Mandarin?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, absolutely.
Gosh, that's
Mhm.
brilliant. So you're a
Yeah.
boxer, you
Yes.
speak Chinese, or at least you sing in Chinese, you lived in China.
Yep.
I love it. And you're a father. How many children do you have?
Two.
Oh my gosh, I love boys, girls. I'm all in your business.
No, yeah, it's all good. Boy and a girl. Boy and a girl.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Father's Day is coming up, so I know you've got to be so happy.
Is it? I forgot. I've been
Yeah,
so
well, in
all over.
June.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Okay, now I
Yeah,
think about it.
Father's Day.
I've been so busy. I haven't been able to keep up with everything.
Well, I'm just going to say happy Father's Day. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for doing what you do. You
Thank you.
are amazing. Keep churning out all that good music and we will keep you front and center. We
Thank
love
you.
you.
I love
When
you
you
too.
come to DC, make sure you stop by the station and shout out your social for people to follow you on social media.
Thank you for mentioning that. So my social, if you guys want to follow me, I hope you want to follow me. My Instagram is J Brown Music Only. That's one single J, not multiple JAYs and all that stuff. Just one J Brown Music Only. And that's all my social handles from TikTok, from Twitter, YouTube. You can find me, little short guy. That's me. Support me. I'll support you guys back. And let's just keep this positive music flowing.
I love that. And that's J Brown with no period after the J.
No, exactly. No period. Just all one word. J Brown Music Only.
That's awesome. Just keep on doing what you're doing. You're so humble and so real, and your music is absolutely beautiful. Keep it going. And thank you so much for joining us tonight on
And
HUR at Home.
thank you for having me. You keep doing what you're doing as well, because I appreciate you for creating platforms like this for artists like me. So God bless you and thank you so much.
Oh, I love that. God bless you too. The love is real.
Thank
All right. We're going to see you soon. That is Jay Brown. That was such a fun conversation with him. Thank you for joining us. Every Thursday night, right here at 9 o'clock, WHUR brings you HUR at Home and keep supporting all these great artists. And also make sure you check me out Sunday night, right after the original Quiet Storm with my friend Manzi Pullen for Pillow Talk with Angela on the radio station that you keep number one, the number one music station in the DMV. That's 96.3 WHUR. Have a good night.